6 o'clock. I'd like to call our regular board meeting to order. If you all please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Clerk, please call the roll. Here.
Trustee Hudson.
Here.
Trustee Marica. Trustee Richards. Trustee Sandberg.
Here.
Trustee Sluse. Here. Trustee Sturba.
Here. All right, public comments.
Hello.
Hello.
Ed Nelson, Peatone Historical Society. So we closed out our season yesterday, Sunday. So we won't be open again until May 1st, or the first Sunday of May. We will be open for Christmas in the Village from 9 till noon. We had an exciting year this year, as if you've been following us on Facebook and social media. The pumpkin pickers, I gotta be careful how I say that, really surprised me with the number of people that came and got pumpkins and left donations and pictures with their families. Pretty cool. So we have a lot of things scheduled for next year. People are going to be surprised, I think. We're going to have a good time, and that's about it. So come in and see the mill, or in May, or give me a call and reach out. We can get special special tours in there. That's it.
Thanks. Ed.
Thank you.
Oh, our accounts are for the mill renovation. In the bank, we've got $9,000, just over 9,000, and our GoFundMe is still 3,100. So we're over 12,000 with for the mill renovation project.
Awesome.
Good. Also glad to hear
We
that.
need more donations.
All right.
We're working on other things to get money, but we need village support also.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Well, why don't you stay up here for a second? I think the chief's got something for you. Got something for Ed?
All right.
Call back up.
I didn't do nothing.
Yeah, you're in trouble.
So Billy this year got the Festive Fall Winter Award for, all the officers drove all over town. And they asked if they could give it to the mill because it was the most festive thing with your pumpkins and your bums and your signs and stuff you got out there.
Awesome.
I know you were kidding around with it, but yeah, the officers voted for it. So we changed the awards a little bit, and this was one of the awards that we did this year. So if you want to put that out front, and I'll call you tomorrow because I need to take a picture with you in front of the mill tomorrow.
Definitely,
All right.
I'll be around. All right.
So congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you, guys.
Good job, Ed. Yep, please do.
I didn't sign in, and I didn't come here to say anything, but you can't help but be inspired by that. I just want to thank the village, Public Works, Chief, Fire Department, everything for our help on Trunk or Treat. The day was just absolutely gorgeous, and all the businesses that came out was incredible. And every year it seems like the costumes are getting a little goofier,
Yeah.
and the trunks and the displays are getting a whole lot nicer, so we just want to keep it going. I just want to thank everybody publicly.
Yeah, well, thank you for putting that together.
And
with
Steve Chambers, I gotta
Right.
mention Steve Chambers, because
Yeah, it's a great event.
he's the driving force.
Great.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jim.
Hello there, everyone. My name is Mark Sheldon. I work for a company called Pavlov Media. We're down in Champaign, Illinois, and we are a fiber high-speed internet company. I've got a brochure that kind of explains a little bit about our company. We are right now constructing in Bradley, Bourbonnais, and Manteno, and we want to add Peatone to our list. We've submitted, so came up here and had some conversations earlier this year, and your ordinance is one that we are now getting experience with, because it's, for example, just like Bradley's and pretty much like Bourbonnais. But it was a kind of threw us for a little bit of a loop, and we went and through the engineering. We got an engineer. He's been up here reviewing our plans and your community, and so we've got that now. Engineering review on the permits, so those have been submitted now to the city, to the village, And I know our attorney has been in touch with your attorney, and we are just anxious to get going as soon as possible. There's a lot of great things that happen when we kind of do a number of communities together, one of which is we have what we call QA, quality assurance, quality control people, and when they're up here doing stuff in Bradley, Bourbonnais, and then they're coming up here as well, it really helps us kind of keep all the projects going at the same time. So I really think your ordinance is in place. I don't think there's really anything that the village needs to approve. I mean, the village does, not the village board though. So we just want to really make sure that we kind of reintroduce ourselves, tell you how excited we are to come up here. There's a lot of great things we see happening here, and we know that this is a community like this should have fiber to every home. We'll have fiber to every home and business. It is not a major you know, your town is small enough that we will certainly be done within the year. Obviously, the impacts are weather. We're starting to construct now, and we don't know how many days are gonna be like. They told me 80 degrees in a couple days or tomorrow or something, and that's not gonna last forever. But we will continue to, pardon me, continue to construct as long as we can while the weather is, mostly it's about the cold. So we use some water within our processes, and if it gets too cold, then we can't do that. I always like to point people to the middle section here, pages like 4 and 5. And this is our construction principles, and this is what we adhere to, which is, you know, making sure we're doing locates properly, making sure that we're always keeping the safety of our crews and your residents first, and your staff, because they're involved in this as well. We've got all the emergency contacts are part of our permitting package, so if something goes wrong, you know, we know who to contact on your end, and if you guys see something, you know who to contact on our end. So the only other thing I'd say is we talked to Nick about potentially using a spot to park some of our equipment overnight, right there by the, I guess, is that manufacturing facility abandoned right now, or?
No, that's along the tracks there.
Yeah, along the tracks, that pad there, that, I don't know what that used to be, but, and so we'd love to be able to do that. And, I don't know, any questions anybody has?
I remember when you were in here before, proposing it, I guess.
Right.
Why do we need fiber? What, is that different from cable?
So it's faster and more reliable. So we offer now, gig, multi-gig speeds. So to those who need it, we have, you know, up to 8 gigs you can get. So we have also, fiber allows people to do what we call symmetric speeds. So one of the things with cable is they have a limit to their upload speeds. So that's the way they were designed, and copper just can't carry as much data as fiber optic cable light. And upload speeds are becoming increasingly important as you have Zoom meetings, as people are streaming content out of their home. You have security cameras, you have phone calls. There are now, you know, Zoom calls, and there's going to be, people are literally talking about holographic phone calls. You have robotics that are coming into homes. Our dishwashers are talking to the internet. So all this stuff is now coming from your home into the cloud, into the internet, and so that's what fiber does for that. And it's just one more competitor. So we are not going to take every Comcast customer away, but every Comcast customer, it's always sad when you have to go through that half-hour conversation with Comcast to get the extra special deal or whatever, but the deals are going to get a little better from them, and they maybe get a little bit better from us, but the competition definitely will help, and it'll help your businesses. And also, as we, Nick and I were talking, when it comes to the businesses and what you can provide, we feel like we're going to be able to offer those multi-gig speeds that for a lot of larger companies that might want to come in and put up, you know, a big, office park or something like that. We're going to be able to serve an office park with really excellent service. So, and then the one thing I don't think is in here, but really this doesn't answer your question, but I want to mention it, is, you know, we do our own, we have a combination of contractors that we hire and our own crews. But when you have a problem, because something will happen in the next year, we'll get this constructed, and somebody is gonna cut that fiber sometime in the next 5 years, there will be an accident. And instead of trying to track down somebody, that call is gonna come into our network operations center in Champaign, and we are gonna roll a truck from Champaign with our crews to fix that problem. And the fiber all goes in duct. The great thing about the duct is when there's a break, it's very simple process, very quick for us to fix it. So the drive time will take longer than the fix, actually.
Okay, thank you.
Right, thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right, we will be in touch and we'll stay in touch.
Mark,
All right.
might need a couple extra copies of that too.
Yeah, I will, yes, I've got them and I'll leave them for you, yes.
All right. Moving on to our consent agenda. We've got minutes from our October 14th, 2024 regular village board meeting, minutes of our October 14th, 2024 executive session. We also have minutes of our special board meeting on October 24th, 2024, and minutes of our October 24th, 2024 executive session. We also have payroll accounts payable. The payroll for the pay period ending October 12th, a total of $71,593.54. Accounts payable for the period ending, well, they're both ending October 25th. We had one in the general fund for $11,102.12. And then we also had another payout, $72,143.72 in the general fund. Capital Improvement Funds, $4,595. Business Development District Fund, $18,487.30. TIF 1, $1,567.45. And TIF 2, $5,511.15 for a total of, like I said, we had two payouts. One was $11,102.12, and the other was $102,304.62. Are there any items in the consent agenda that trustees would like to remove? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Motion.
Second.
Moved by trustee Sluse, seconded by trustee Sturba.
Trustee Hudson?
Yes.
Trustee Sandberg?
Yes.
Trustee Sluse? Yes. Trustee Sturba?
Yes.
All right, on to staff and committee reports. We've got Angie here from Aqua. Any questions directed her way from the board? Everything seems to have gone smoothly with the transition.
Yeah.
Your building's doing okay out there? They're putting a fence up, right?
Yes.
Or- Yeah.
Yep, we haven't received any calls that I'm aware of, so I just wanted to see if you guys were receiving any questions, or if you had any questions for me.
I got a neighbor complaining about low water pressure. I just told him to
Okay.
call you guys and tell
Okay.
you guys and everything,
Okay.
so I don't know if he's gonna do it or not, but
Okay,
it's right on Howard Street.
okay.
All right. Thanks for
Alright,
coming.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
You too.
You too. All right, on to some staff reports. Administrator, you got?
Just, I left on your desk and I emailed this out today, just a couple things, due to scheduling and whatnot, we have a couple things that are gonna be at the next meeting. Public Works, we talked about at a committee meeting and a board meeting, but, we met with the union and we're confident or pretty hopeful that that's all gonna go smoothly, and so we're working on an MOU. And that would come hopefully to the next board meeting and then could be implemented on the next payroll after that. With our changes in our code enforcement building administrator, trustee Hudson and I met with BNF and we have a proposal that we think can work for the code enforcement, so that's something I'll get out to you before the next meeting and we can talk about and hopefully move forward with. And then on the second page, I just wanted to point out to all of you and also the public, there's several ongoing transportation studies. One is the Will County Long Range Transportation Plan, and the mayor and I have met with them in the past, but they are having a meeting in Beecher on November 7th, and this is all about gathering input on the entire county, but if any of our residents want to venture over there, it's an opportunity to share comments, but they can also do that online. So I've provided the website, which is www.ourwaywill.co, not com, but just co. And we'll put that on our Facebook and pages and things like that. And the other one is there's going to be a I-57 access study, which again, the mayor and I are going to meet with some of their staff before this, but they're having a public meeting on November 13th at the fairgrounds, and this is a study that's looking at 57, like a phase 1 study between Manhattan-Money Road and Peatone-Wilmington Road. So this is kind of an early stage of this, but this is an opportunity for our residents to speak out and kind of call for funding and work to continue to improve the infrastructure in this part of the county and the state. And that happens because people comment and participate. So I encourage everybody to, if either get to the event. They do not have a website that I could find yet, but they probably will very soon. So once I have that, I will share that too. And then just there's a number of other things that are in the works, but I'm always happy to talk to you offline about that. So thank you.
Any questions for Administrator? All right, Chief, you get a report?
Yeah, just, I passed it out in an email kind of late, sorry. Sorry about that. So, as you know, Ed got Millie got the award for the most festive fall award. So this year, instead of just giving regular awards, we had a couple different categories. One was just the overall house award like we did in the past. So the house award went to 413 Glenview. It was the school, it's right the first house next to the school. And then the house award winner went to 123 Hickory. And then the scariest house winner was 921 Bonnie Lane. So myself and the Detective Miller, and we took Administrator Palmer out there. He was in some pictures and took some pictures. We took pictures with residents, and I'll post all that either tonight or early tomorrow morning when I get in. And everybody was super excited. And the one family said that they're in their 70s, and this was the last time that they were ever decorating for Halloween. So she was crying that she was happy that they were recognized for their 20 years worth of work now, for their last time. Also, just quickly, the village received 2 grants. We got a grant for just over $15,000 for tasers it's through Axon for tasers. It's not. We also got a body camera grant a couple months ago from Axon, but this is for actual the taser devices. And then the mayor about 2 months ago instructed me to try to write the ComEd Powering the Holidays program. I attached that. I attached the towns that won, and we're on page 3 on the back. So the ComEd gave us $2,500 to buy additional Christmas lighting for the downtown area for the holiday tree lighting event that we have downtown, Christmas in the village. So we have a little extra money, which we'll be discussing at tomorrow's staff meeting, I'm sure, for try to come up with what we're gonna do with that money. That's all I have, Mayor, unless somebody has something for me.
Any questions? Okay. Pretty good. Bob?
Yeah, just a few things. Leaf collection is, branch pickup is complete for the year. We are done with that. So we're over to leaves. So that's in full swing. A little bit more heavier this week, I noticed. So that's what we're, focused on. The other focus we're going to be on this month is changing our trucks over to snow equipment for November. So plenty of salt this year. So no issues with salt. So that's what I got. Any questions? I'll take it.
You said tree planting might be taking place the next couple
Yeah,
weeks?
we'll do that this week too. Yes, I'm sorry
Okay.
on that one. Yes, 30 trees. Summer replacement. We kind of picked a certain area this year. Kind of focus on there because we've cut so many down in that area. So kind of really bare out there behind Tony's.
Okay.
So
Any other questions for Bob?
He already knows.
You love trees.
All right.
We're gonna plant them at night.
Troy couldn't
Be
make
gone
it
by the
here
morning.
tonight. Nick, what about Christmas in the Village? Anything to report?
I was
He
not.
was absent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Stacy?
You can go ahead.
We just did an overview mostly on this one. We'll be finalizing a lot more stuff in November at the next meeting, which is on November 12th. We reviewed the sponsorship donations. We discussed and approved our handouts and giveaways for the event this year. It's the 10th annual event. There'll be 2 food trucks this year. They are, we discussed the Adopt a Soldier Helping Hands donations, and I guess there's so many different ones going on right now with like the Helping Hands and the Girl Scouts, and there's been so many, so we're talking about possibly doing like a Christmas in July and do one in July instead, so when they're depleting, we'll be able to replenish. So like I said, the next one will be on November 12th, and we'll be finalizing barricades, street closures. Tammy's working on the event page, hopefully that'll get to the school. They try to get it to them before the Thanksgiving break, so
Right.
kids can take them home. So it's all coming together,
Good.
We'll need Bob at that one, right?
yes.
Hear that, Bob?
I already
What's
told
that?
them.
November 12th, you have to be at the next Christmas meeting.
Sure.
And
I'll be glad to be there.
the date again for the event is
December 14th.
December 14th, okay. Any other meetings that I missed? I don't think so. Good. Then on my comments, I want to reiterate what Nick said about these couple of transportation meetings. You know, we all complain about the roads and, you know, traffic, truck traffic and accidents, but if you don't show up to these meetings and make yourself known, you know, nothing gets done. So, I strongly encourage you to attend both those meetings. If you had to just pick one, I'd pick the IDOT meeting at the atrium because, you know, we've been after them for a long time to put our interchange on their, you know, 5-year plan or 10-year plan, whatever they call it. And until it gets on that plan, you know, nothing's ever gonna happen out there. So it's important that people come out there and say, you know, hey, this intersection is, you know, outdated and it's dangerous and, you know, they need to do something about it. So, so that's the 13th from, what's
3 to
the
6?
thing? 3 to 6 at the atrium. So, so I wanna thank again the people who put together Trunk or Treat, Jim Williams and Steve Chambers. It's a, you know, great event for the town. Remind everybody, trick or treat hours are 4 to 7 on Thursday. It's getting dark, you know, by 6 o'clock, so make sure you take it easy. Kids are gonna be running all over the place, so just, you know, if you're out driving around, make sure you're taking it nice and slow. Quick update on the downtown construction. Iroquois told us last week that they're scheduling November 18th that week to do the final layer of asphalt. So hopefully we'll be able to get the road open shortly thereafter. Even if all the paver bricks aren't done, I think, you know, still are gonna push to open the road and they can kind of work around that, so that is my report. We don't have any old business and we do not have any new business. So questions of the press, I don't see anybody here. Just a reminder, our next regular board meeting is going to be November 18th. That's the third Monday of the month. We're only having one in November. There is a P&Z meeting coming up next month where they're gonna discuss the ordinance that we've been talking about concerning parking of the truck trailers out at the travel center. And so I think that'll be ready for the December meeting then for us to discuss and vote on. Anything else? Anybody got? Okay. Now I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
Moved by trustee Sluse, seconded by trustee Sturba. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, thank you.